Okay, so we're ready to start on our walk cycle in terms of the scenes, the different layers, foreground, midground, background, and also the spacing of which, the speed at which those frames will change. Okay, because what happens in parallax is the foreground moves fastest, then the middle ground, then the background moves hardly at all, right? And the middle ground is kind of in between that. So we need to figure out spacing of your frames. To do this, we're going to use sort of a strip for each layer, and then we'll use that within the, 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 um, the frames as we go. So you'll see what I mean. There's a process to it. So anyway, you'll need your first frame, need a ruler, light pad, and 3 pieces of paper, 3 pieces of printer paper. Okay. So we only need one sheet right now. You can set the other to a side. Take your frame, and we need to create a line for where the top of the frame is across each page. Okay, so now I have that, and take my ruler, complete that, and then I can take my other pieces of paper and then use the light box or a light pad to trace out that line on the other 2 pieces of paper. Okay, and now we're going to label these. Foreground, middle ground, and background. Okay, all right. So now we have that. We have to come up with a way to create spacing on this. And what we need to do is put our frame at the very end of this and line it up on the foreground and create a mark right here. And what that indicates is we can't have our frame going past that because we'll be past our scene or paper. So we can only use up this much paper for our foreground. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 40 frames total out of this. We're only going to repeat the cycle 5 times. And so we're going to create 40 marks across here. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll start with the idea that the edge of the paper is basically your number 1. Okay. And then it's going to be a number 2, 3, so forth. So we can do 40 up to that point. So we can't go past that point. So we got to create spacing for our frames, okay? Now, what's going to make that work? You're just going to have to figure that out. I don't want to just give you a flat out measurement to use, okay? I find it better to use maybe the top edge, one of these pieces of paper, and say, and just work it out. So, okay, so that is how far I have to make 40 marks. But you want to make those marks fairly consistent. So what I might do then is take another scrap piece of paper. Now I'm just trying it out here, okay? What I want to do is I'm just taking this Post-it note and I'm going to come up with marks that I feel are, I'm going to try to be consistent. I'm just eyeballing this. Okay, so let's see how many marks that is. So counting this as 1, the edge of the paper. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I got to 15 marks here, that means 30 marks to right there. And that means I would need 10 more, which puts me out past that view, which would be out here. So I've then gone past that by that much. And to be honest with you, I about feel like we could just really extend the piece of paper rather than scrutinize our marks so much. Not really sure how to approach that. I would have to erase all these, put them down closer together. I'm starting to feel like that's going to be the best route, is just use the marks I've created and not worry about the going off the edge of the paper. If I gotta add paper at the end, I'll just add paper at the end. Let's just do that, okay? So, a little change of plan there. So I'm just going to use what I got here because I like that spacing and I don't want to have to keep reworking it. I think I can use this because we're going to have to reuse it for the other spacing as well. So just, you'll see what I mean. So what I'm going to do is place this here now and start making my marks here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now I'm just going to move that over and repeat. Now I'm not using the end of this paper because that space is just too small. Okay, just going to go ahead and number these: 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now I do want to reach 40. Okay, so this is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So I don't need those last 3 marks. And so what this means is that once I get to the end like this, it means I'm going to tack on a piece of paper that size to make that work, okay? That's okay. It's much easier to do that rather than to resize all of this, okay? So now that I have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these spaces in half, okay? So in terms of the movement, you know, these are bigger movements. If I split them in half, it'll be smaller movements. Now split them in half again, it'll be smaller movements than that. So you'll see. So I'm going to make now spaces in between those, trying to be consistent. I'm making it a little shorter so I know this is the middle ground. Okay, so now I'm going to take the middle ground, bring it over, and then start making my marks here. Okay, so how many marks is that? Don't think I'm going to be able to number these. I'm just going to have to count. So remember, the edge of the paper is 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I just need 11 more. Make sure I don't lose my place. So that's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40. And that's it. So that's all the spaces I need for my middle ground. Okay? Could just come in focus. This will come in focus. Okay? So now, one more to do. My background. Now, as you imagine, my marks are going to get really tight here, and this is where I might ought to break out my reading glasses. Well, I can zoom in on it. So now I'm going to make marks even smaller and in between. Okay, so let me count these, how many marks we got here. So remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So I only need to go to this mark. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to transfer those marks over. Okay. And there's our spacing that's going to be used for our parallax. Okay. Once you have that, so as you can see how that spacing works. You know, the frames are going to move quicker on the foreground. They're going to move a little slower in the middle ground. And they're going to move really slow on the background. Okay? And that's all I need you to do. I'm going to go ahead and put number 1, number 1, and I'm going to go ahead and put the number 40 and then number 40 here. Okay, so 40 frames, 40 marks for 40 frames. Okay, and that's all we got to do today.